all Libras, sun, moons, and risings. Welcome to your horoscope for this Cancer season, which is from June 21st to July 22nd of this year, 2018. So I'm doing something new, only doing the whatever the quality is of the season. So this season is Cancer season. It's a cardinal sign, so I'm doing all cardinal signs. That's Libra, Cancer, Aries, and Capricorn. And I have two bonus videos coming up as well for Leo and Virgo. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the astrology of the season. So of course we know that the sun will be in Cancer the whole time. We have a full moon in Capricorn on June 27th and a new moon in Cancer on July 12th. Mercury is currently in Cancer and will be moving into Leo on June the 29th. Mars is in Aquarius and it will go retrograde on June 26th. Venus is currently in Leo and will move into Virgo on July 9th. Jupiter is in Scorpio, it's retrograde. Saturn is in Capricorn, it's retrograde. Uranus is in Taurus. Neptune is in Pisces, retrograde. Pluto is in Capricorn, also retrograde. So we have a lot of retrogrades happening, and of course that is drawing our attention to the planets that are not retrograde, which are pretty much all of the inner planets. So we'll definitely focus in on that for this season, because letting us know something important. And for you, Libra, it's a time of no more denial. Being in denial no more. And you're starting to see things clearly and logically, and you're focused on your goals and your ambitions. Your charm is in full effect, this season with all this Venus activity and Leo activity and Cancer activity. So, you'll see yourself making major gains in the things that you've been envisioning for the long run for your life. And, you're going to see yourself as the life of the party. You're going to find yourself in those situations where you are the life of the party, whether you were trying to be or not. And it's really because you're coming out, you're getting out there more, you're being more social. A lot of you probably have been anti-social for whatever reasons, but now you're getting out. It's summertime. It's time to be open and have fun and enjoy yourself. And you're out there. And, as far as your feelings go, your inward, emotions this season, there's no more hiding your true feelings. You are very vibrant during this season. You're attracting all type of luck, all type of fortune. You're attracting everything that you need. The laws of attraction are working for you, whether you are working with them or not, consciously working with them or not. And, just take into account that Saturn will be squaring the sun for you. You will be squaring your sun until October. And so that means there's going to be a lot of work, a lot of focus in on your career, on what you're doing as far as your life purpose goes. And really structuring your life so that you are on the right path. And you'll find if you are on the right path, it will be a lot more smoother. Does not mean that there won't be any bumps, but it will definitely be a lot more smoother than if you are not on your righteous path. You'll see a lot of dysfunction and a lot of conflict. And if you're seeing that, then that's a sign to you that you need to move, readjust, so that you are really truly doing what you are meant to do. And and just know that if you are on your path, you're going to get hit with so much good things. The blessings will be coming down for you, especially with Jupiter being conjunct Venus. OMG. And your sex life, I'm sure, is going to be magnificent. So that's pretty much the synopsis of the astrology for this Cancer season. Now let's go ahead and get into what the cards are going to say about you and your season, and how you're going to react to your challenges, and and possibly give you some solutions so that you can make the best out of this Cancer season. So, without further ado, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, what do the cards have in store for you?
So, just a heads up, I am outside on my porch, so it is slightly windy. It's actually a great day, but if you hear, excessive sounds or maybe a car rolling past or whatever, um, just enjoy it with me. So, anyways, for you, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, the I always do it by challenges or obstacles that we will face during the season, and then our emotional and mental responses or reactions to these challenges, and then the possible outcome, depending on, how you choose to react to these challenges that will arise during this Cancer season. So, the first challenge that popped up was the One of Wands, which is, as you can see, is a picture of a tree, and it came up reversed, and I didn't even remember, putting the cards in a certain way to get them reversed. So it was really interesting that it came up reversed. So it must be extremely important because I didn't even remember flipping the cards like that to have reverses. I try not to do reverses. I just want them all face one way. But anyhow, this is representing a lot to do with your origins, where you come from, your family history, your roots. Some of you out there might have been dealing with fertility issues. Some of you out there might have been dealing with problems in your pregnancy. Maybe in the past you've had a stillbirth or a miscarriage or anything like that, and it's caused you to feel very just uh, very self-conscious about that whole situation and uncomfortable and wanting to succeed, wanting to move forward and to have success, but finding it rather difficult to move past that emotional um, trauma, trauma of losing a life in some capacity or another. Others of you may be pregnant or expecting a child in some type of capacity. You might have a brother or a sister who is expecting a child, or you might be expecting a child. Either way, this card is definitely dealing with birth, and there's definitely going to be a lot of births happening during this Cancer season. I mean, it's kind of like every month type of thing, but for some reason or another, for you Libra and also Aries, there was a lot of signs of births, of babies being born, as well as new beginnings, as well as reconnecting to your past, your roots, in order to really step into your power, step into who you are and your identity, and knowing that, you know. So dealing with that. So that card deals with a lot of things that could pertain to you in some kind of capacity. But anyhow, the emotional responses and the mental reactions to this situation, dealing around child rearing, childbirth, dealing around your origins. Maybe you were adopted, and trying to seek out who your family is. A lot of you guys maybe even doing it like a spiritual, seeking out like a godfather or a godmother or a spiritual advisor who can help and guide you, and trying to reconnect to your family through that avenue. Whatever it is, whether it's spiritual or whether it's actually giving birth to a physical child, or dealing with past failures in trying to uh, have a child or whatever. The reaction, the cards that were pulled for the reaction was the Judgment card, the Six of Disc, the Shaman of Wands, the Priestess of Disc, and the Daughter of Cups. So it's not saying that all of you will have all of these reactions and responses, but it's saying that the dominant theme running through here is to let go and release the past so that you may move forward into your abundant and successful future. There is success that is in your future if you so choose. It's really up to you, but it's really a matter of releasing the past. Judgment card is judgment all around. Judgment is fair. It does not judge according to, oh, I like you, or oh, you're cool, or whatever. It is a fair judgment on all parts. So whether you were the innocent one, or whether you were the one who were put in a position where you felt like you were being judged unfairly, or being treated unfairly based upon the things that happened around you, or the circumstances that you found yourself in, never fear. You will receive your fair due. Yes, definitely, you will receive your fair due. And to trust that the universe has your back, and is not working against you, but always working with you. And redemption is definitely in your possession. It's also calling for you to seek, make sure that you are concentrating in on your sixth house, concentrating in on how your health is doing. When it comes to trying to get pregnant, you gotta kind of like live a certain type of lifestyle of health, in order to prepare your body for, to give birth, and or even to conceive. Some people, it's really easy to conceive, others it's really difficult. So if fertility is an issue, definitely working on your health and making sure your health is in alignment. Many of you will be seeking alternative forms of health, fitness, such as like yoga, Pilates, nature hikes, different things like that, acupuncture, just really alternative ways to seek that healing, and to get to that healthy, um, you know, where you want to be as far as your health goes. And Spirit is really saying for you to concentrate in on that. And also, with that challenge card being something of origins and roots, and where you're from, and your family, and that type of thing, you might want to look into what type of health issues is inherited in your family, which is something that your family is prone to. Some people it's diabetes, other people it's arthritis, other people it's dementia, Alzheimer. Like there's breast cancer runs in family lines. So whatever it is checking in and seeing what's going on with your health, what's going on with your family history regarding health. Also, with the Shaman of Wands, definitely out there seeking some spiritual guidance to receive spiritual healing from this possible miscarriage, or loss of a child, or loss of a person, period. um, you know um, in any capacity. It doesn't have to be necessarily death. It could be simply they ran away, or they were kidnapped, or you just don't know where they're at. um, Whatever the case may be, you're searching for them, and you might be seeking out a psychic assistance in that. That's very very few of you, but still worthy to be noted. Also, you're a lot of you, because you're receiving this, you're going to see actual judgment play out. You're going to receive a lot of happiness from this, because you're like, wow, um, I finally got my due. I finally, you know, am able to say justice has been served. And so you receive happiness from this, and you're glad. It gives you a release of all the things that has been burdening you down and making you feel terrible. Justice in court, most definitely, for a lot of you, if you are dealing with something regarding the courts, or regarding laws in any type of way, definitely going to be justice served, and it's going to be ran in your favor. If you are, if you were doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you were staying true to who you are, and standing firm in your righteousness, then yes, you will receive that justice on your end, and you will be triumphant in the courthouse. So be patient, take your time, and know it's coming for you, and don't rush anything, because you know the outcome is going to be in your favor. Um, Yeah. Yeah. No worries about that. Don't worries about that. The possible outcomes that the cards that I pulled for your possible outcomes was the 11 of the moon and the 18 of order. So once again, definitely bringing order to your life in regards to things that have happened. And not only the order that's coming into your life and, the justice that's being served, but this moon also symbolizes that it's an inward looking, it's an inward reflection, it's an inward releasing of those hurts and those pains of the past so that you may step forward and move forward because you're going from 11 to 18, which is basically, um, you know, you're moving into another cycle. Basically you're moving out of a major cycle of going through so much that you have went through in this particular cycle in the past 6 months, in the past year. You went through a lot, you did a lot, you accomplished a lot, and you had failures, but however it goes, you know to trust the process, to trust that you'll be all right, to trust your intuition on all matters. You know what's going on in your body. You have that instinct and that intuition to know if something has gone awry in your body. You have that instinct and intuition to know if something has gone awry in your in your spirituality and in your spiritual health and well-being. So both ways, whether it's you dealing with your physical or whether it's dealing with your spiritual, you will be receiving healing as well as guidance, as well as support and a, ability to release so that you may move forward and move on, and to release the fears of the unknown and what's going to happen to you in the future. This is a new phase, this is a new cycle. We all go through phases in life, right? And we must learn from those phases so that we can move forward, into our newness without taking on the past or bringing the past with us. So moving forward into the next pile, another challenge or obstacle that many of you will be facing. That I actually pulled out 3 cards for this particular one. 2 foot, fell out. It was the 4 for the Emperor, which in this particular deck of Santeria, it's a wound. The 1 of Cups or Chalice, and then the 2 for the High Priestess. So once again, if we're dealing with Ogun, if we're dealing with this hidden it's a challenge with authority. It's a challenge with an authority figure, most likely a male. Doesn't have to necessarily be a male. It could be a very masculine female, but it's a challenge with them in control over your success, control over your career, control over your future and where you're headed. It's you might be dealing with a Capricorn directly, or like I said before, with this Capricorn squaring your sun. It's really asking you to hone into where are you headed? Where are you headed? What is your purpose? What are you driven to do? What are you led to do? And are you doing it? If you're not doing it, then you're not walking into, you're not walking in your path of purpose. And if you are, well, then you won't have much difficulties. You will have all success, because this card in particular offers success. It's just a matter of you making sure you're on the right path. And if you're not, Saturn will get you correct. He will move you and get you in the right order, whether you want to or not. And like I said, if you're dealing with issues in the career field or in your job, dealing with a boss, a very stern, a strict boss, over controlling, overbearing boss, know that you're protected, your job is protected, your future is protected. You just need to make sure that you make the right choices as far as how you respond to their aggression, how you respond to their um, you know authority, and essentially. And this also could also be in the home. Dealing with the 4, dealing with the Cancer, definitely could mean that something is going on in the home life. As far, it might be between you and your husband, it might be between you and your father, or a male figure within the home who holds some type of prominence and authority in your life in some type of way. It's It's one of those type of things where it's a challenge that you can easily overcome. You just have to know how to approach the person and approach the situation. And the cards that came out for your first reactions, your first response mentally and emotionally, you've got the World, you've got the Son of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords, and you have the Six of Wands. So once again, we got this wands going up, so you might be dealing with a Leo, Sag, or an Aries who's very I won't say overbearing. That's more so with the Capricorn or the Earth sign energy, but it's more of like they want it their way. They want it their way, and they want it done their way, and they feel like their way is the best way, which it might be, but you might have something even better. And to be confident in yourself and confident in your abilities to bring something different and new into the situation. Yeah, so definitely use your intuition with this, especially with this high priestess. You might be dealing with someone who's got a lot of power. And we're not talking just spiritual power, we're talking about just holds a lot of power. Wherever their position is, they hold a lot of power. And you're going to have to know how to use your charm and, to get what you want out of this situation. With the World, it's really saying that, it's not all about them and it's not all about you. You can find a compromise, you can find a common ground to be able to work together on this situation. And, like I said before, it's using your charm, using your natural ability to get people to kind of see things your way without being um, rude or mean or anything like that. Well, they'll accept a word from you as opposed to from somebody else. It's also dealing with finding that peace, that inner peace, so that they do not disrupt your peace. If you have inner peace, if you're dealing with yourself first, then no one else can disrupt that or change that. There's definitely some deceitful behavior going on in the workplace. Definitely someone working against you in this situation. But remember that you have all power in your hand. There's, all power is in your hand when it comes to this situation. You really do hold the keys, and you know how to make things work and to, twist things into your favor. Yeah, I wouldn't get too tight into their deceitful behavior and what they're doing out there. You've got a lot of abundance happening. You might be worried about the home life. You might be worried about, your success on the job and being promoted and being able to handle the situation that you're trying to handle. You might be starting your own business or something of that matter, and you're just nervous about the whole situation and whether or not you'll be successful. And just keep going. You have abundance in your cards. There is abundance there, so keep moving forward. It might not feel like it right now. You might be feeling like you're lacking, but you have all that you need in order to be successful and to move forward in your plans. You have planned it. You have foresight. You have a vision. Just keep moving forward. And that 7 for sacred, is saying really to delve within, to take on the situation, and to use your willpower to move forward. You are definitely the leader of the bunch, and no matter who is talking what crap behind your back, no matter what is being said about you, or the malicious intent behind whatever these people are doing to try to snuff out your light or try to make you appear to be a bad person or put you in a bad light, it will not be successful. They will fail, and you will receive your proper due recognition for your successes and for your leadership capabilities and how you've been able to get your business off the ground or get your job working in order and functioning in a way that's worthy of recognition and worthy of saying, hey, look what this person has done. They're amazing in what they do. So moving on to the next pile, for your challenge, you have the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So once again, this is a lot of possibly blaming yourself for a certain situation, um, retreating to solitude in order to get away from people or get away from a certain situation that's got you feeling a certain type of way, feeling down, feeling depressed, feeling burdened. Um, you know, Finding that solitude in order to escape those feelings. A lot of fake business, a lot of people being fake around you. Hopefully it's not you being the fake one. I don't see it here. I see it like a lot of people around you being really fake, phony, and lying. You receiving bad news, or once again, that just that the crisis, the pain, mourning of loss of some sort in some way. It's really heavy. It's really burdening you, and it's become an emotional challenge for you. But whatever it is for your emotional and mental reactions to it, you pulled the one for the Magician, the Daughter of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the Daughter of Discs. So immediately I'm drawn to the Five of Cups, which, automatically says that there's past emotions and past feelings and past hurts, past pains, past whatever that you need to dive into so that you can deal with it, head on, and then release, let go, forgive, move forward, move past. And you go through that moment of just diving deep into those emotions so that you can deal with them, and then you have that release that allows you to move on and move forward into the newness that is presented to you. You're starting a new project, starting a new phase of your life, bringing a life into this world. So it's a newness. Whatever it is, it's a huge movement of newness in which you release so much from the past, and you just see such a brighter future, and you're just moving, rushing forward because you've learned from the past, and you're using what you've learned, the knowledge that you have gained, and you are transforming it into wisdom, and which is allowing you to move forward with such happiness and such lightness of heart, because you've let go and you've gained wisdom. And so you're able to create like no other. You're going into straight creation mode, starting these new projects, starting this new phase of life, whatever it may be for you. It's a quest. It's a beginning of the journey. Especially with this Daughter of Disc, you are really truly beginning a new journey, a new leg of your journey of life, and it feels great. By the end of the season, you're going to be like, wow, I am truly progressing forward. I had to go through that emotional turmoil in order to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and to see my vision, um, you know, finally start to grow legs. It was just a thought, and now it's something tangible. Now it's something physical, and you were the magician, and you made it happen, and you brought it to life. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to go from such hard challenge cards into how you react to it is beautiful. And then your possible outcome cards that fell out was the 12 for power, the 4 for Solomon, and the 10 for self. So of course Solomon dealing with that wisdom that is the pinnacle of you moving forward in this new power that you possess now, because you didn't know these things before, and now that you know them, it's like you're a powerhouse. Now you're able to move forward with such speed and with such vision, just a focus, and very intent, and you're feeling whole and complete within self. There's still some parts of you a little bit broken, because some of you out there are dealing with a very major loss. Um, so it's not going to be an immediate, oh, I'm good now. While others of you, it is an immediate, like, okay, I'm fine. I made it through this. But however heavy it is, whichever it is for you, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You will receive your healing. You will feel whole and complete and empowered by how by the outcome. I mean, it is, you guys have a very beautiful reading, a very, very beautiful reading. You guys went through a lot, you've experienced a lot, you have, struggled and had pains and losses, but you've still come through victorious and winners in the end. So I'm so happy for you. And for all of you out there who will be having children during this season, who will be giving birth, congratulations. And just know that you are protected. You are surrounded and you are protected. Amen. All right. So that's it for you, Libra. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you like this new format, go ahead and like the video below. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If it resonates with you in any type of way, or if you have any questions or just want to, talk to me a little bit, go ahead and leave a comment down there in the comment section. All my info is in the description box below. And until the next time, love you all. Happy Venus over here riding y'all, giving y'all all types of goodies. Till the next time, y'all, keep trailblazing on. Peace.